Welcome back to live coverage of the 2024 Mackinac Policy Conference. There are some things each year we talk about, right? Economic development at this conference, education, infrastructure. But I think this is the first time that I can remember that actually on stage, a session, we are talking about all things AI. Two folks thinking a lot about AI and using it in their work are Tom Kelly, CEO of Automation Alley. Hello.
Hi.
So good to have you here. And Ryan Gajewski, Vice President at Truscott Rossman. Hello.
Hello.
So, gentlemen, I said this is the first time at the conference at a main session, right? But we have been talking about AI for a very long time. Ryan, I want to start with you. Talk to me about how you're using AI in your work.
Yeah, well, at Truscott Rossman, we are using generative artificial intelligence in some really interesting ways, really with creativity and efficiency on behalf of our clients for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom?
Yeah, well, at Automation Alley, we're an association of manufacturers. So we have 3,000 manufacturers around the state. And AI has been used in manufacturing since I came out of school as an electrical engineer in the 80s. And even before then, since the advent of the mainframe, manufacturers have been using AI. We just didn't call it AI.
Right.
We called it machine learning, and we said, hey, let's look at that sensor and let's figure out what it's telling us, and then let's have this machine act on what that sensor tells us. That's AI. And it's existed in manufacturing. Now, though, this new AI is going to take it to a completely different level because it's really able to, in a lot of ways, like write its own code. So before, you'd have to teach the machine learning through your own coding mechanism. What's scary about AI today is it codes itself. That's kind of why we're wrestling with, as a human, like, wait, how much control do we give these AIs based on what it's capable of?
And Ryan, in some respects, we are wrestling. Like, there's a lot of opportunity for some folks, maybe me included a little. There's some trepidation about what this means for the future.
Yeah, I mean, worthy trepidation too. I think these are issues that we should be talking about. One of the reasons I'm interested in it is because I don't want to be left behind by it. I think it's important that we look at this as it's happening, it has been happening to Tom's point, and either we can get on board or get hit by it.
So what does getting on board mean?
I think it's looking at the technology, understanding how it works, what the limitations are. I mean, a lot of what I hear from people that I work with in this world, especially with ChatGPT, is the fear of it. And I'm trying to say, well, if we don't understand it, we're always going to fear it.
So I go beyond that. I'm an eternal optimist when it comes to AI.
Bring it in.
I am so excited for what's coming when you think about the capabilities. So in manufacturing, because that's the world I live in, think about computers that are able to take the part you've designed and then do millions of iterations to lightweight it, to make it stronger, to make it better. You can sell that. That's your innovation. So imagine if every manufacturer in Michigan had the capability to have an expert consultant work alongside them as they design these parts. Right? Now, we know AI is going to be impactful when it comes to elderly, being able to have conversations with these AI chatbots, if you will. And that's going to alleviate loneliness. That's okay. Those things are going to happen, but those aren't as exciting for me as thinking about what you can do in manufacturing, because that's what brings jobs back from China. China can make lots of things, millions of components, but they have to make one and they can't change it. If AI allows us to make lots of things unique, I think the analogy I use is going from a cup of black coffee to a Starbucks, I can get a million variations coffee. That's what AI is going to unleash for us. And that plays right into Michigan's hands.
It took years, though, to go from that black coffee to the thousands of different flavors. It feels like AI is moving really, really quick. So, I was going to ask you, what does 10 years down the road look like? Maybe I should, Ryan's shaking his head. Maybe I should ask you, what does 1 year look like down the road? Like things that we haven't even thought of yet?
Yeah. Well, that's what makes it such an interesting tool, because it's your imagination. Ultimately, what separates this from so many other tools is that they're not linear. AI doesn't function in the same way that if I ask for one thing, I get the same thing over and over and over. It gives you a variety of options, as we were talking about before. That to me is a different way to approach a tool.